Good afternoon, my name's Debbie from Bosmere Products. Just something small about me to start with. I've actually worked for Bosmere for 25 years and part of our core business is covers for garden furniture, which is an ideal product for exporting. Part of the talk I'm giving is how to maintain a great relationship with your overseas customers, and from my own personal experience, I've just got a few little tips that I'd actually like to pass on. One of the most important things that I've found for meeting customers is at Gaffer Cologne and Glee at Birmingham, because you get the opportunity to meet all of your export customers that you don't normally get out to see on a regular basis. It's very important, I find, to meet people face to face. People like doing business with people that they know. I only took on the export role within Bosmere 3 years ago, so I've actually had a very steep learning curve. And these are tips that have been passed on to me. When you actually meet your customers and you're lucky enough to get your first order and it's the first time you've met them, it's really good to actually make sure that you follow up that order very quickly. Make sure you deal with any queries that they've got. This is obviously for existing customers as well. I've also found that language is not really a barrier, and maintaining sort of a good business relationship actually can be done in English, and it's really good, but on the other hand, there's always the services of translators available, and GardenX are a great actual help when it comes to things like that. They'll guide you in the right direction. After you've actually got your original interest when you actually meet the new customers at the shows and wherever, the follow-up is particularly, it must be done very quickly, which I'm sure is obvious to anybody. And excuse me. Can I just stop for 5 seconds? I don't do this normally, and being as I've got you three there, you won't mind, will you? I'm talking now about existing customers. You've got an order, everything's gone nice and smoothly, all of a sudden you get that horrible thing, you got an error. You don't want to be remembered for anything that goes wrong. You want to be remembered for stuff that goes well. Any order, deal with it, sort it. Any problem, equally. More important, sort that quickly. Never get a reputation for never following up. That's what I've found so far myself. And another thing that we find quite a lot of when it comes to exporting, you do actually have to tailor the products and the services that you actually offer to the customer. It's a very difficult world out there at the moment, and I have found that obviously everybody's unique. We have products that we can adapt. A lot of countries actually insist on languages on their point of sale, and it's a way of finding out how you can actually get all that information on your products to keep your customers happy. Therefore, you do actually have to tailor things. From our point of view, we can put a translation on the point of sale, we can put a translation in the product. If a customer is selling products on the web, then you can actually offer a translation to them for them to actually put on the web themselves, because nobody knows your products better than you do. So, moving on just a little bit on that. Sometimes you have to actually be able to be more proactive when the customer places an order with you. I've actually worked from both sides of Bosmere. I've worked within the sales office and I've worked obviously on the exporting side. And I've seen the problems that can occur when actually you're trying to ship an order. You can actually come across a problem that you don't even know about until it's hit you in the face when a customer rings up very upset and something has happened outside your control. It is very good to involve other people in the local Chamber of Commerce if somebody required. Find out your local people that can help you to deal with all the documentation requirements as well. Shipping is also sometimes a problem. Most customers have ex-works terms, which obviously means the customer is responsible for the shipping. We have found from our experience that actually you need to actually help the customer help themselves. You can recommend a shipping company. You can actually offer to get a price for them to ship their goods. It's very difficult to include the cost of shipping within the actual selling price because you never know what they can be. They vary too much. So it's more important to be proactive to help them to help themselves. This is just something that we've actually found ourselves. Again, if you offer any special tailored terms, you have to make sure that your back office actually maintain those terms. One of the things that we actually offer ourselves is to actually deliver to a UK port. This is not strictly Ex Works, but it assists the customer. If they've actually consolidating with other suppliers, we actually sometimes take in products from other suppliers so they can consolidate from one address. A lot of the smaller customers find that very, very helpful. Moving on again sorry if you'll excuse me, getting the second order in. Obviously the first order is great, especially when you're new at it, but getting that second order in. One of the things I found about getting that second order in, you obviously have to have a quality product. A quality product gives the customer confidence. If you have confidence in your own products and you sell that, they get their goods, it all works out well, they sell them, then obviously they will come back. But sometimes they need a reminder. It's very good to do email reminders as soon as you get a new promotion, if you can send them a leaflet. Also, give them all the literature, all of the images they require. So many customers nowadays actually advertise their products online. You must have a good web page and be able to download images and all sorts of bits and pieces like that, because that's what they want. They want to promote your products and we want them to sell them. My experience within Bosmere, being a very, very short experience for myself personally, but the company has been exhibiting for over 35 years abroad and exporting. We export all over the world. We go to America, USA, New Zealand, Japan, everywhere. We generally have one distributor in most of the countries that we actually supply, and we deal exclusively with them because that helps us to maintain a relationship. You don't want people squabbling over selling the same items if you've got a good distributor. Occasionally you get the ones that cherry pick, in which case you actually have to look after them to make sure that there's no infighting over there as well. And we try to be very, very fair. And as such, when you build up your brand name and you build up the quality of your product, you've actually got to be very loyal to the people that are loyal to you. If people continue supporting them, you must support them as well. So that is one thing that I have found in particular.